Hey, what's up, everybody? Eddie Miranda here with Pro League News, and just want to talk about a couple of topics real quick here as far as what's happening with the IFBB Pro League, bodybuilding in general, basically what's going on with everything right now. Um, Yesterday, the IFBB Pro League actually released a statement through Instagram stating that the shows from yesterday's date, which was March 16th, all the way to May 10th, will be canceled. Some shows will be postponed. Um, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you guys the actual press release itself. So give me a quick second here so I could have that up. And here is the official press release from the IFBB Pro League stating that the NBC IFBB Pro League President Jim Mannion addresses coronavirus concerns contest in the United States March 16th. With the ever changing information regarding the coronavirus and the United States government decision being made in the US, we will be canceling all scheduled NPC IFBB Pro League contests in the United States beginning March 16th all the way through May 10th. Some of the events will be postponed until a later date, while some will just resume in 2021. Please look at the individual promoters' pages for updated information about specific shows. We are very disappointed to have canceled these events, but as always, the health and safety of our athletes, officials, and fans are our top priority. The NPC and IFBB Professional League are focused daily on updates from the World Health Organization as well as the Centers for Disease Control and prevention concerning COVID-19. As a reminder, the CDC has encouraged additional precaution preventing measures and guidelines, and we will continue to monitor the coronavirus information. At this time, we're preparing all NPC IFBB professional contests in the United States after May 10th to go on as originally scheduled. Nothing would make us happier than to see all of you back on stage showing off your hard work. However, we continue to monitor the daily information made available by the United States government, state and local governments, and the World Health Organization, as well as the Centers for Disease Control for each promoter's city and state. If there are changes, further postponements, follow the official website, and they have quite a few of them. Now, with this said, you know, it really did come at a hard decision of the IFBB Pro League. I did speak briefly with Jay and Manning yesterday, and this was a really, really tough choice. They have never postponed any events since the starting of this league, even professional bodybuilding alone. So yes, they are, you know, really taking this not lightly whatsoever because this is a lot of people's living. In fact, it's their living as well. We all make a living off of this. So to hear the fact that we're not able to, nobody's really able to compete. There's not really going to be any shows, and literally it is changing on a per. It's literally changing on a per county, per city, per state. Not nationwide. Everybody's taking this into effect in different ways. So, I mean, just locally in my city, they just finished stating the order of closing all the gyms, effective 11 p.m. yesterday or today. New York, same thing happened. They did that for 11 p.m. yesterday. They closed all the gyms, and other gyms are open today. So this is a very difficult time for the industry, right? This is a very difficult time for everybody right now that's in bodybuilding or revolves around bodybuilding, revolves around fitness. So again, this should not be taken lightly. This is literally the how a lot of people make money, right? A lot of people make money in this industry. A lot of people, rely on this industry in order to feed their children, feed their families. I'm sorry about that. So again, this is not a light matter, a situation to be taken lightly in that sense. And this is all in concern to be able to stop. from things getting worse in health wise, but economically wise, this is really taking a hit. Sometimes, people wonder, economic, because of what's being done, economic is really taking a hit. Is it really worth it? I say that it is because a lot of people's healths are at risk in the sense of, a lot of the elderly. I think everybody's main concern is that if you did contract it or you do have it, not to pass it on to your loved ones. Again, a lot of people are asymptomatic to this thing. In fact, the city of Miami mayor here is actually documenting every single day that he's been tested positive for this, and basically, he's saying that I'm one of the 80% that is really feeling no effects to this, really feeling no symptoms to this, but it doesn't mean that you can't transfer it, right? So we're all trying to take these precautions for our loved ones more than anything else. Now, on the brighter side of this, the IFBB did release a statement about the actual Olympia itself, in which I will read that um, just right now. So, as of today, which was posted today, the 2020 Olympia is full speed ahead. Epic Fitness Showdown adds to Vegas buzz. If you don't know what's going on in Vegas right now, the MGM Grand decided to close down. I think the rest of the hotels are in the process of being closed down. I'm not 100% accurate about that, but um, everybody's feeling the effects of this. It's just not one state, one city. The world's really feeling this at the end of the day. So they're saying here, Adel Garcia and Oscana will return to the stage for an unforgettable Friday evening in Vegas. Despite the news causing uncertainty for business around the world, Olympia organizers are showing signs of no signs of slowing down. Still 6 months out from the annual showdown in Vegas, with all excitement surrounding Flex Lewis's return to battle Brandon Curry for the Mr. Olympia title, along with Dexter Jackson's announcement that the 2020 Olympia will be his final contest. Now, if you guys haven't been following Dexter Jackson, he's been the talk of this year, and this was going to be his last showing. This year was going to be his last showing. He was going to compete at the Arnold Classic. He was going to go down to Australia and compete at that show, and he was going to head over to Brazil and compete at that show for the very first time in his career. With that said, both those shows, Australia and Brazil, have been canceled and or postponed. Um, so again, this, what would have been considered one of the best years in bodybuilding is starting to it's starting to shape differently than what we projected at the very beginning of the year, because we imagined this to be an amazing year in bodybuilding with the potential return of Sean Roden, Dexter Jackson last year. A lot of things were going to be happening in the mix. Flex Lewis being at the Olympia in the open division for the very first year. A lot of things were emerging from this year that was going to make it a very pinnacle year in the industry. Um, there are several other must see stories emerging for this year's Olympia weekend. It was also announced recently that the four-time fitness champion Oscana will be making her return in September in Vegas. Regarded by many as the greatest performer in history of the sport, Oscano returns already to talk to the returns and is already the talk of the pro fitness scene. I'm sorry for butchering that. Um, but that's not all. Things just got even more interesting with the news of the eight-time Fitness Olympia champion Adele Garcia will also return to the stage after a 7 year layoff. Garcia tells us, I've been watching the new crop of athletes compete in the fitness division, and many of them have ensured me to come back. This is the right time, and Las Vegas is the right place. This is nothing in the world quite like the Olympia stage. There is nothing in the world quite like the Olympia stage, and I'm also so excited to be a part of this. I have feelings that this will be the greatest Olympia ever. Scheduled for September 11th, the 2020 Fitness Olympia will be a part of the Friday evening arena show. Also includes the Olympia 2-on-2 finals. The evening will also feature prejudging for the Mr. Olympia as well as the return as Miss Olympia, along with finals of the Figure Olympia and the Women's Physique Division. Chief Olympia Officer Dan Solomon adds, we have worked hard to turn Friday evening's arena production into a can't miss event. For many years, the Friday evening show was viewed as a warm up to a prestigious Saturday evening show, but that's changing quickly. So, if you guys haven't been to Olympia or haven't seen it on live stream, as far as between the Friday and Saturday events, it's like night and day. It's not. It's Friday is not a day that's really pushed for as a big day. They always consider Saturday to be the big day. So, I think with that changing, that's gonna bring a whole lot new light into just the event itself. But again, with that said, a lot of there's a lot of open questions. There's a lot of athletes wondering what will happen. But again, there is no release from the IFBB Pro League yet as far as what they're going to. I know they're talking about it. I know they're trying to figure it out. So we'll leave it up to them in order to provide us the information about what's going to be happening with the Olympia qualification. But again, I know that IFBB is working hard into making this happen and rolling with the circumstances that are currently happening because it affects a lot of us. So, again, guys, just wanted to bring this new information to you guys, give you guys an update about what's happening, and I hope to see you guys later on. And I love you all, and thank you for all the support that you guys have been able to provide this page and all our other pages. So until next time, we'll see you later.